And a very big hello everybody, welcome along to another video. On Monday night I raced in a league called the Rumble Racing League. It's a series I'd had a couple of runs in before and found it very, very enjoyable. So I was invited back to have another run and I thought, let's take the opportunity and get back into the MX5 and have a bit of fun. There are 3 races each week. The first, the heat, went really well for us. Because I hadn't been in the MX5 for a while, I started from rear of grid. We worked our way up to 10th, which I was extremely happy with. The second race, well, that didn't go quite so well. Unfortunately, we were sitting in a great position, well inside the top 10. We went into the pits, came out in 15th, and cold tyres caught me out, and this happened. I tried to make my way back to the pits to get repairs, but unfortunately, that was not going to be the case. The car was absolutely destroyed. And as a result of that, we finished in the bottom 2 or 3 or something, which meant when we came to the final race, there was plenty of work to do. This was, without a doubt, one of the most enjoyable races I've had. Now, I did make a few mistakes because it's been a while since I was in the MX5. You'll see those as the race progresses, so let's get into it. So this race was 20 minutes long. We got an okay start. And I'm just positioning myself so that this guy behind is not going to be able to overtake us and we can defend ourselves into the first turn. We brake nice and early to make sure we don't ram anyone. There's a bit of drama up in front, so we're dodging and weaving and trying to avoid it. We've got a very good run on this guy in front, but I just decided to back out of it because it's going to get very dicey down under brakes with so many cars sitting side by side. And we just decide to sit back and be patient and just see how this race comes to us. I felt that I was a little bit quicker than Ray, Lachlan, and even Darren today. Darren Linus is usually reasonably quick, but he seemed to be a little bit off the pace this week. So we get a run up the inside here, and it's all about commitment. I'd done this a couple of times racing against AI, practicing for this, so I knew that I was comfortable and safe there, and Ray decided to back out of that one. He was on the outside. It was always going to be very different. Thought about having a look up the inside there, but it wasn't the smart way. There's a car disappearing off into the ether. I'm scared to death that he's going to come back onto the track at the wrong point. I can't see, so I'm racing blind, but no harm, no foul. He did a good job to arrest the car. Didn't get a great run through this corner. But we are in the slipstream. Nice so far. Happy with this. And that was me in the live saying exactly how these guys are quick. They are very quick. One of the things... Ignore their iRating. They all just race leagues. They don't worry about open lobbies. Smart people. I was just about to say the same thing. You ignore their iRating because these guys just race in leagues and their iRatings are no real indication on where they sit in the overall scheme of things. And particularly in the Miata, they're very, very quick. So I'm feeling at this stage that these guys are holding me up, that I'm a little bit quicker than they are. And we're sitting in 15th, so we've made up a couple of spots already. But the guys in front, who, as I just said, are so quick, they're starting to pull away. So we need to get some moves done. I go to the outside. We almost get checked up by the black car, got a little bit heavy onto the brakes, and as a result of that, lost a stack of momentum. The 117 car of Lachlan Phillips doing a good job. The 24 car got back in front. Shannon Curry won't be the last time he and I fight throughout this race. The great thing is with Shannon and everybody, we've raced pretty cleanly throughout these the first 2 races, and I'm expecting the same out of this one. But right now I'm thinking to myself, look, I'm fighting with people for no positions at the moment. We're smarter maybe to pit early because there's a mandatory pit stop where you have to change all 4 tyres. So I'm thinking, do we pit early, get out of this congestion and see if we can undercut these drivers? Because now Benjamin Singer behind, Benny's coming back into this fight, and so too Ray Harrison. So I don't want to be fighting with these guys if I feel genuinely in my heart and soul that I'm quicker. So at the moment I'm debating in my head, do I go in early? Now, I do have an issue with overheating the tyres on the MX-5. I pushed them a little bit too hard. Now you can see we're under attack at the moment. Ben's got a run on us. And while Ben's actually a pretty quick driver, I'm thinking, okay, I don't want to fight with this. We're jockeying around for 15th and 16th spot, and I don't feel that this is where I should be. So this lap, I'm going to come in to the pits and try and do a sneaky early pit stop without anybody knowing what's going on. So we hold it tight through here, get our run, but unfortunately the 17 car decides to just sorry mate, what can I tell you, Lachlan? That's it's wrong in so many ways, my friend. But hey, look, who cares? So we come in, we do our pit stop. He may have had I think he might have had damage there, help me, to be fair. I think he's got damage with the car, and that's why he's elected to bow out of it. Unfortunately, he just did it in front of me, and I got damage now because I just rear-ended him. But you get that. You get that on the big gigs. So, we're down in 18th spot at the moment. Wayne Losh not in this race. Unfortunately, Loshy had some technical issues with his sim, and I think it was his computer, to be fair. And unfortunately for him, he didn't get out and race, which is such a shame. He's such a quick driver, and it's always fun to watch him in action. So we've completed our pit stop. This time, I'm going to be so cautious on cold tyres. I mean, I made an absolute meal of it in the second race, and I'm determined not to do it again. So I'm just going to sit back, take an easy lap, make sure the car doesn't move around too much, be slow with my steering inputs, slow with my brake and accelerator inputs. The areas like here, where I know you can lose the car very quickly on cold tyres. Back out early, same here. Gets a little bit slidey. Now we don't want to do the same as we did in the previous race. We run a little bit wide, so I have a big lift there. And fortunately they do run the tracks pretty hot in this league, so I'm thinking to myself that the track temperature is going to come up pretty quickly. If I can get in half a lap clean, I've got half a chance of being able to put in some sensible sorts of laps. Well, we've given ourselves plenty of work to do. Justin Elder's had an issue. Lachlan Phillips, as we saw, he's down in the pits. Stuck in traffic, I decided to pit to try and get away from it. So I reckon I can do better lap times without them. See if I can bunny hop them. That's the plan. You heard me saying it. The cold tyres on these cars, on these tracks, that they crank the temperature up, are hectic. Not too often you interrupt yourself doing commentary, is it? We've got a good gap over 17th though, so I'm happy with that. So I gave you an idea, and I left these in because I wanted to give you an idea of where my headspace was with all of this and what I was... We won't catch Henry Fenson. That guy is lightning. Yeah, Henry Fenson, a very, very fast pilot in these cars. What's he sitting there as? A 2.5. I can show you on entry there, but you get that. He's way better than a 2.5 in these cars. He is lightning. So I don't have any... These cold tyres are knocking me around a little bit. I don't have any thoughts of grandeur at all. I don't believe I'm going to catch him. But Geordie Miller certainly is a target. Damien Seeger might be a little bit harder to get. Damo's very quick as well. Aidan Rankin, who's a Simline teammate, there's no way in the world I'm catching him. That's the great thing about racing in this league. When I first had a couple of runs last season here, they were kind enough to let me in and come and have a bit of a play. I can't do every round because of work. They were kind enough to let me come and have a couple of runs, and I was struggling to get into the top 15. These guys are so quick. So while really I was just out here having a bit of fun and hopefully looking forward to a clean race or two, it was also going to be a good example of how we've grown. Geordie Miller unfortunately had an issue, so we got a freebie for him. That moves us up into 15th spot, but there's still plenty of work to do and a good 11 minutes, 12 minutes of this race left to go. Michael Vos, you'll see in second spot at the moment, is also a Simline teammate and a great mate, a great friend. He's been very supportive, particularly in the Miata. When I raced in the MX-5 Advanced Series, he was so kind to me, spending time with me, helping me, getting me to know the car better, and encouraging me and supporting me. So we're almost half race distance at the moment. And Henry Fenson's not escaping us too much, so I'm a bit surprised by that. I'm wondering if he's got damage. But at the moment, I'm not so stressed about catching anybody or overdriving the car. I'm just trying to concentrate on driving on the maximum limit I can to see if we can get past all of those cars that were slowing us down on the opening couple of laps. But unfortunately, what that means is I'm going to have these tyres on a lot longer than anybody else, so I'm going to suffer overheating tyres quicker. I don't know why I'm not sure what the story is and why I cook my tyres, but I do in the Miata. There they are. So they're on cold tyres. I've got a great opportunity. We go straight past Shannon, run a little bit deep into this corner, but they're on cold tyres. On my inside at the moment, I've got Ray Harrison, but we got them. We've got Campbell Hutton up in front as well. Campbell's quick, very quick, so I'm not sure how it's going to play with him, but he is on cold tyres, and at the moment all I'm doing is pushing, not so much to catch Campbell, but to try and get clear of Ray and Shannon, who could well be my nemesises, because I think we've all got very similar pace, but we are catching Campbell very quickly here. Looming up behind his pink MX-5. Primarily, I'd suggest because he's on cold tyres. Because I know he's quicker than me. So the debate is, do I attack and go forward, or I sit back and sit in his slipstream and see where we can get? Run a little bit deep there. Get a fair sort of run onto the back straight, which is not my strong suit at this track. I struggle in every single car down through Oak Tree. But we've got such a big run. I can't even remember what I did, to be fair. Yeah, we're going to try. I'm going to go down the inside. What's Campbell going to do? Is he going to fight it? No, he's too smart for that. He backs out, but I run way, way too deep. Way too deep. So I got straight on the mic and said sorry to Campbell. And to his credit, he said, "No, it's all good, mate."
All good, Ron.
Such a great bloke. Such a great bloke. I'm sorry to do that to you, Campbell. I just made a complete and utter meal of it. That's brought Ray back into our slipstream. He's 0.5 down, so I need to go head down now. Robbie McGrath's had a black flag. He's gone falling back through the pack. We go down through turn one. Somebody else has had an issue here. You can see the smoke. Tyre smoke. Now Ray's still 0.5, so I'm feeling the pressure at the moment. We've got 8 minutes of this race left to go. And this is where the warm tyres and my overdriving is going to come into play. We're in 10th spot, so we're doing really well here. We've got a problem up in front. GlennRBoyd, who is very, very quick. A front runner and a race victor on many occasions. Looks like he's been caught up in somebody else's headache. And we're closing in on him. Which tells me he also has damage because, yeah. Now there's another problem. Darren Linus has gone off. He pulls up. Has a safe rejoin. Thank you, Darren. That moves us up to 8th spot, but we've got Ray all over the back of us, and Ray's hungry for this 8th. He is battling in the championship, so I get that. And I'm feeling the pressure. But holding down 8th would be, it'll be like a race victory in this league. I honestly tell you, if I finished in 8th, I would be feeling like I'd won the Formula One World Championship. A little bit loose there, run a little bit wide, so we get on the gas. Bit of a slide. Shannon Curry has got past Ray Harrison, and Shannon's quick. And now I'm feeling even more pressure. I felt that I probably had the measure of Ray, no disrespect intended to him, but I'm pretty confident I don't have the speed of Shannon. So we're going to have to see how this one plays out. We've got 6 minutes of absolute pressure from him. He's in the slipstream. He's closing in. And to defend for 6 minutes against this guy is going to be an absolute challenge for us. But we're up for the fight. Let's see how it plays out. Being very cautious, probably a little bit too cautious at this point in proceedings. And he's not only keeping that gap to 0.5, I've got a feeling he's a little bit quicker than me. Certainly on the previous lap, he did a 206.1. We did a 207.4. So we're going to have to stay on it here. But he's right in the slipstream, and I think that we're fighting a bit of an uphill battle. He's so much quicker than me through here. I go back to third here just to get the turn in. Most drivers are taking that turn in fourth. I realise that. And we go way too deep. And that brings Shannon right into it again. He's 0.4 off us. I think he's going to get us down the straight this time. He's too close. But I'm going to stay left. I'm going to stay absolutely committed to my racing line. He's closing in. You can see the gap down to 0.2 now. I move across to the left-hand side, indicate which side I'm going to defend. He comes up alongside. We're down into the braking area. I back out of it. Sorry, he backs out of it, I should say. I stay committed. And we've got the gap back out to 0.5 again. But we don't want to be doing that too often. Shannon was concerned that I was probably going to make a meal of it and take him out, and that's fair call. So originally in this race, I wasn't going to do any commentary while I was driving, but I was feeling really comfortable. I was having so much fun out there. I decided to have a little bit of a chat as we went on, as Shannon closes right up again. So for the remainder of this race, let's take you to Grant in the car. There won't be too much chat, but you'll get an idea of what's going on in my head. Nicely through there. No, he's still way too close. He's way too close. Oh, this is going to be fun. He's way quicker than me through there.
I believe you chickened out, though, mate. I suggest you watch the broadcast, mate.
He's got to get me this time. He's got to get me this time.
All right. Still there. Hold your line. Still there. Still there. Clear right. Clear on the right.
Wow. Nah, didn't need that. Got a lap car coming up.
New back. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes. On your right. Right side's clear.
Did Shannon get through? I think he did. Yeah, he did. Oh, he's so close now. It's ridiculous. Oh, my Lord. Sorry, Shannon, I'm just slow through there, mate.
Incident in roller coaster. Looks like it's Rankin and Singer. Watch those lines.
I'll take the off track. I've got a little bit more room on him now. So one more lap to go.
One more to go.
You're gaining on the car in front. The gap is 7.4 seconds.
He's 0.5 behind. .7 behind, that helps. He'll go for the big dive into the hard braking area at the end of the back straight, I guarantee you. Oh, bugger, 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 bugger.
Stewart's orders for cutting the track. Keep it between the white lines.
That's brought him right into the fight.
Car left. Clear left.
Clear on the left.
He deserves it. He deserves it. But I'll use him to keep Ryan away from me.
Driver in front of us is Curry, re-license. Their rating is 0.5.
You could have taken me, Aiden. Nah, I do it after what I did to you earlier, mate.
Well done, Shannon.
Thank you, mate.
Well done, Shannon. There we have it. Where do we finish? 9th. That's all right from rear grid.
Well done, mate. Good finish.
Yeah, I wasn't disappointed with that at all. In fact, had an absolute blinder of a time. Had so much fun. When you come out and you race against people that know how to race and give racing room, you can enjoy so much more than you can in the open lobbies. I'm sick to death of being killed in the Formula V by people running into the back of me. And to come here today and to be able to have fun with some super fast guys that know these cars back like the back of their hand was so enjoyable. I want to send a big thank you out to the Rumble Racing League. Their link is in the description down below. I really do appreciate them allowing me to come back and have a little bit of fun. So there it is, a couple of races in the Miata. It was great fun to get back into it. I'm going to be doing a little bit more of this. I enjoyed it that much. So every chance that I'm not working, you'll find me out on track in the Miata. Thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Really helps out the channel. And we look forward to catching up with you next time.